Hi everyone, Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is a reading for the Libra Collective, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement of Libra. There could be messages here for you. You may find they apply to any area of your life. It's a general reading. So could it apply to money, career, love, anything. You have vast vistas. Expand your horizons. Some of you may be traveling, or some of you may be wanting to actually step out of your comfort zone. I definitely feel sort of a Three of Wands energy, maybe wanting to take action in some way. What else do we have for the Libra Collective? Begin now. Take your first step. Maybe there is something you've been considering starting or trying. Again, I am feeling like you're wanting to get out of your comfort zone. Bottom of the deck, you have a breakthrough is at hand with breaking trail. So really good here. One more. Uncover. Oh, you actually have two. One is stuck to it. Uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. And grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. All right. Let's get to it and see what we have. And that was the bonus card, the grace and gratitude. So could be a message there for you that's kind of surprising. So let's see what else we have. This is the Mystic Soul Oracle deck. All the decks I use are in the description box. As is the disclaimer, you have free will, final say. Your intuition knows best. First card out for Libra, Page of Wands. So this could be some sort of message or spark of inspiration that's causing you to want to explore these vast vistas, expand your horizon. This person looks as though they're still kind of contemplating, though, a little bit. Almost like they know it won't be easy. And speaking of contemplation, you have the King of Contemplation, King of Swords. So it says, begin now, take the first step, and clarifying that is this King of Swords. And it looks as though, you can see he's sitting here. He's still weighing his options, thinking things over, thinking things through, maybe wondering how best to invest. For breaking trail, you have, I do feel clarity is near though. Queen of Wands. All right. So the Queen of Wands, I always say, right, nothing stops a Queen of Wands. And that is what you have underneath. A breakthrough is at hand. The Queen of Wands, having this wand in hand, as well as this beautiful flower, which she grew. This is someone who kind of isn't afraid to learn as they go. So maybe for some of you, you're having to sort through something as you go. They say like, what is it? Build the plane. No, that can't be right. I was going to say something about we're building the plane as we go. That can't be right. Anyway, you know me, I'm not greatest with the sayings. Let's see what else we have. Uncovering treasure, you have Three of Cups. Okay, so the Three of Cups is definitely a cause for celebration. Maybe you're starting to feel like you're part of this new community or team. There could be some sort of just enjoyment with a sisterhood or even a brotherhood or something. There's a little bit of sort of a respite from whatever's been going on, and it's through other people you find this sort of little respite. So what else do we have? Two of Cups. So some of you may find yourself in some sort of partnership that could lead to something that feels like a soulmate even. But there is something here with the Two of Cups. It's not just romance. It's about the connection in general. It's sharing. It's being attracted to the same kind of things. I really feel for some of you, you do have some new friendship blossoming here. What else do we have? It's like you kind of excite each other. You get each other going in good ways. You have the Eight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So people are wanting to hold on to their money. It looks like kind of an obvious thing to say these days, right? But it is some sort of mental worry here, not knowing which way to go because money can be an issue. So it's like maybe you want to get out of your comfort zone, but are you still going to be able to pay the bills? Those kind of questions seem to be maybe what this King of Swords is contemplating after all. So begin now, take your first step. King of Swords clarified by the Five of Pentacles. I feel for some of you, you just feel like you have to do everything on your own. It's tiring. It's lonely. It's there's been a lot of hurt along the way, feeling as though maybe you've been abandoned. Let's see what else we have. Regret, loss there too, a little bit with the Five of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles coming in. It seems like there's some sort of new hope coming in. Maybe something that you felt was beyond repair, even now all of a sudden you can kind of get it going again, because you have that breakthrough. And then here, look at this. So now you have the Page of Swords. So now you have 3 pages here. So you have messages. It could be young people too, but I feel as though you feel new at something, okay, and that you're having to work really hard at something because it is brand new to you. Or maybe you're wanting to expand your skill set. You have the Four of Cups. Maybe the options you have right now, none of them are really that pleasing. And that's why you feel as though you need to kind of bust into your Page of Swords energy and be ready to, be curious. And there's also, there is that kind of a caution too with the Page of Swords. Make sure you know enough about a certain situation before you speak on it or dive in. I'm getting that with this card, especially with the Four of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. I feel like there is some sort of hesitancy. Uncovering treasure with the Three of Cups is clarified by the Ace of Wands. Sometimes we need to just take action, though, in one direction or another. You could feel like an opportunity to move forward kind of comes out of nowhere. This could be some sort of new inspiration, new project, like a flash, like a new idea. Something just kind of comes to you. And you have the Two of Pentacles. For some of you, it could be a job opportunity or a relationship popping up sort of unexpectedly out of the blue. And you're like, now what? You're maybe wondering if you can do this and that together, if you can juggle it all, which is the Two of Pentacles. Now, focus is coming in here. There is a need for focus, and that is really hard when you're not sleeping, maybe for some. So there is the Nightmare card here, that Nine of Swords, and I feel that also has to do with identifying patterns, because generally you see the person with a comforter and it has a pattern on it. And then they also, above them, they have those Nine of Swords, which are also in a pattern. And I feel as though for some of us, our pattern could be excessive worry, thinking things over, things snowballing. And yeah, it's kind of like, how are we getting ourselves unstuck here? You have the Chariot, speaking of getting unstuck. Cancerian energy, although it really could be any sign, it's just the energy. These horses on here, they don't really look like they're on the same page. So I feel for some of you, you could be, again, it's like I'm feeling this not wanting to have to do something alone, but I'm getting almost like a scattered, sort of lost feeling of an energy here. Let's get I want to get some divine direction oracle cards before we continue with tarot and see what we get. Let's see, what do we have? A little insight, a little advice. What do we have? Build anew. So it's don't hurt. This card keeps coming up in readings lately. Don't hurt yourself trying to fix what's beyond repair. This is your chance to build something different. Okay, that makes sense with these cards, especially because you have all these pages. They can be messengers, but they can also be the youth of the tarot. And it's like it's about having to be a newbie at something and not being sure about it. Like I just feel like the decision hasn't really been made quite yet. Answers, yeah. If you've been confused about a situation or a person, rest assured you will get the answers you seek. Hopefully you get some sort of answers within this reading. Let's see. You also have clarity. My goodness, I can't make this up. Create some space to get clarity so you may see the fantastic future that lies ahead of you. Yeah. Wow. I did change my camera setup, so I may just need to, I'm going to look for a second and see if you have blessings. So a major life change will bring you great blessings. Prepare for the unexpected. This is a magical moment. I want to make sure that where I'm holding the cards, you can actually see. And it looks like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So hopefully that's working for you. The camera should be clearer than it has been. Okay. So so you have clarity, answers, build anew, blessings. I want to get one more though. I do want to get one more. Spring. All right. I love seeing this sort of golden egg here. This is, it says, what you're asking for will become yours in the spring. Rebirth, spiritual rejuvenation, love, and growth await. It says spring, but spring is different depending on which hemisphere you're in. So it could be just say 6 months from now. So, but for some of you, it's now up until 6 months that you could see. I'm not saying you have to wait that long for clarity or answers. I feel like fast forward 6 months or 5 months or whatever, in a few months, you're going to have made some sort of change, I feel. All right, let's see what else we have. Hmm. Hmm. I'm getting like vivid colors. So I don't know if you're working with colors in some way. We have the Six of Swords. We have transitioning on here. Okay, this is a time to move on. It looks like, and that's what's clarifying, build anew. So I think for some of you, you do realize that, as this card has said, you can't fix what's beyond repair. So there's a chance to build something different. And then next to that, you have begin now, take your first step. So let's see what's clarifying that. Yeah, the 10 of Cups. So this is letting you know that it'll be worth it. Taking that step will in fact lead to that 10 of Cups, which there's a rainbow there. There's a rainbow in the blessings card. So I do feel like whatever this is, it is a major shift for you. It's a big change, and I can fully understand why it would be such a big decision. It's important because overall it has to do with you achieving the life you want, you actually having that fulfillment, your dreams coming true. For some of you, it's love and support that you're actually wanting more than anything. It's more of you have to feel sort of emotionally connected to what it is you're doing. For a lot of you, the Six of Cups, there's a card of nostalgia here. And I think that for some of you, you are definitely overcoming past generational hurt. You're kind of breaking through barriers because you have that under breakthrough. You're breaking through barriers that maybe your ancestors didn't even have the chance to. I feel like, of course, probably your ancestors didn't have a chance. They don't have as many they didn't have as many opportunities as we do, at least for the most part. What else do we have? I'm getting someone smiling upon you. Let's see. You have transformation here, death. So this is Scorpio energy, and this is about, it's saying uncovering treasure. This is, I feel as though you may have to leave something or be out of something before you actually get the clarity. I've been getting this for a little while, actually. Kind of like the past could be affecting your present happiness, or like your current environment that you're in could somehow be clouding your judgment, or there could be a lot of clutter and chaos in your current environment, or just a lot of like unhappy energy. And take only what resonates, of course. But I feel like, okay, and then the Eight of Wands, and that is definitely a card of action, moving forward with something. And I feel a lot of it comes from you realizing that you can have more, and that you're going to look into more, like using your resources that you currently have, or like hooking up with a new resource, but it's like through a connection you already have. Because I do get sort of this overlap with what's currently going on, and then the future. Like I said, like a current connection leading to something in the future, or like maybe it is a past opportunity that kind of passed you by, but like from that there's some sort of blessing. So yeah, it's very interesting energy. Let's see what else we get though. I want to stick with tarot for a little bit. I'm getting the animal panther, so that could mean something to you, or the name Panther, or maybe your high school mascot was a panther. And then I'm getting something about, because I am clairaudient, so I channel messages, and I have a lot of clairs, so sometimes I'll see things and all kinds of stuff, feel it and smell it, and anyway, but anyway, I am feeling as though some of you I was getting the phrase like dusting off the collectibles. So it's like maybe you're going through someone's stuff or your stuff, and you're like kind of reorganizing things you used to be into. You might find you weren't into them for a while and now you are, so you're like bringing stuff out from the past, and it's not a bad, it's like a positive thing, even though most of the time we try not to do that. We don't want to be digging up the past unless there's some lessons to be learned or some healing to do, some processing, or whatever. But it looks as though for some of you, there's simply like objects, like maybe you used to collect little teacups, I'm hearing. And so, or your mom or somebody did, or thimbles or something. And so you're like rearranging them or cleaning them, or there's something about that. So that'll just resonate for someone. You have the Hanged Man. It's sort of like maybe you're organizing things and clearing things up while, in the meantime, while you're waiting for to really be able to move on. There could be some sort of delay, but with the Hanged Man, usually they have that light around their head, and that signifies divine, your own higher perspective, and getting a new perspective, and kind of like the Hermit card in a way, that inner guidance, going within, getting that truth, that clarity, just seeing things from a different view, a different angle. That's why they're upside down. And you have the Ten of Swords. So you had the transformation card. Now you have the Ten of Swords. And it's like, there's some light being shed here with this full moon on the Ten of Swords, light being shed on something that needs to end. And that now you have 10-10, because you have the Ten of Swords on top of the Ten of Cups. And again, like I said, I feel as though something currently, either the past is affecting the present or the present's affecting the future, but there's definitely overlap. I can't ignore that. Okay. That there are things like that should not be overlapping that do. So it's like needing to leave and close the chapter before moving on to the next. That is what I'm getting for that. The Four of Swords, for some of you, maybe you're not quite sure exactly how to close something or fully move on. It could be, there's an emotional connection, it's like a relationship, for example. It's not always easy. You have the Ace of Cups, but you have to know that you have new opportunities coming in. On top of the Death card, you have the Ace of Cups, and that's like, yeah, I mean, this is like, yeah, could be a painful ending in some way, or it was, or or there's just like, yeah, having to close that chapter or make a big leap here, take a big leap of faith. But this is for your own ascension, spiritual journey. This is for your own it's like a new, it's like, yes, it's sad sometimes to have to let something or someone go, but you have an Ace of Cups here showing you that you have the ability, and you will attract something that you'll love, or someone that'll love you, or whatever, that's even better. So you do have like more brilliant blessings to look forward to than what you've had in the past. So it's like it'll be worth letting go. You have the High Priestess, but really only you can decide that. Okay, only you will know if something is right for you. And the Ace of Cups can also have to do with intuition and creation, and what is it that you picture in that cup? It could be, for some, it's a new relationship, it's a commitment of some kind. Could be really, I always look at it as it's anything. It's not just romance, right? Of course it's not, but it could feel like it kind of sneaks up on you and comes out of the blue. All right. You have the High Priestess though. And currently some of you, I feel, are maybe, well, I mean, I get that you're going within, and there does seem to be already this gratitude for what it is you have. But I also feel you have an appreciation, realizing that, things do come in cycles and stages. And like maybe right now you are able to see that this is just part of the journey, and part of, ongoing development here, and that this too shall pass sort of mentality here. I'm getting the name Carla. And then you have the Hermit card. So now you have 3 cards that to me really signify getting in touch with your own intuition, your own higher wisdom. The Hanged Man, the Hermit, and the High Priestess are all about that divine wisdom, that inner voice, trusting your own higher self, your own, your connection to the divine, you yourself, All right, let's see what else we have. Not needing to go outside of yourself for that. You have Portal. I guess our next four, well, our last four was 5-5. I guess the next one would be what, 6-6 maybe. All right, so you have portal, detox, and pleasure. So maybe some of you are working on, detoxing so that you can in fact go to a higher level of consciousness, or you're really upping your meditation or your Reiki practice or something. However it is that, whatever it is that you do to get in touch here with your own intuitive voice. Pleasure, yes, that can it'll be very freeing. I'm getting some of you actually doing some sort of candle magic. I'm hearing singing bowls as well. Not necessarily candle magic. It's actually working with the element of fire somehow. Maybe you do sort of the fire meditation, or it's advice to try it. If you're having a hard time meditating, sometimes lighting a candle and just looking at the flame and just sitting and relaxing and watching the flame can be quite meditative. You have blind here. So there could be something that you're feeling as though you're not seeing, like something that you're just maybe overlooking, or it could be that you literally are dealing with some sort of vision issues. And you have wish. Oh, look at the dandelion. So, this is also, but you have to, in order to spread those, there has to be some sort of air. And you are air. You're an air element. So there has to be some sort of motion, or something has to sort of ignite it, kind of like in order to keep the fire going, fire needs air. There's also something here about like spreading the seeds and having the fertility you hope for. There has to be some sort of action taken. All right, so there is something here on the bottom of the deck. It's a really pretty card, actually. You have embrace. I'm getting grapefruit too, or fruit salad or something. I don't know if some of you are eating that or preparing that, but I am getting that coming in. Let's see what else we have. I'd like to get some, I'm a little curious about the relationship stuff here. Because you have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. You do have a couple of aces too, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So taking some sort of step, some sort of action. I'd like to actually use a different deck. The one I had planned, it's like it didn't feel right. So now we're going to use the Soul Connections, When Two Hearts Meet. There's the box. And again, description box for that. Let's see what we have coming in for partnerships, relationships. What do we have for the Libra Collective, please? Please guide us. Let's see. What do we have? I'm getting a name, Hesma. Very rare name that I have never heard, Hesma. You have two cards here. You have challenges and recognition. So this is about true soul connections involving challenges that can be overcome together. Maybe this is ultimately what you're looking for, someone where, your stuff and their stuff, you can do it together, and that teamwork kind of approach. And then you have recognition with the divine will help you recognize miracles and signs. Some of you, I feel, are looking for the signs. And let's see what else we have. Some of these cards are upside down. We will be getting angel numbers and animal cards to see what I'm getting. I'm picking up on beadwork. Some of you may be jewelry making. You have love. Love conquers all. I feel like a lot of you, though, really focusing on self-love is really what it's all about right now. As a matter of fact, let's get an Empath's Oracle card for that. Good deck here by Judith Orloff, the Empath's Oracle card. Whoa. Okay, you have energy. Oh my goodness, you have so many rainbows in this reading now. Because you have on this card, there's a rainbow. And then you have on the 10 of Cups, there's a rainbow. And you have the blessings card here with a rainbow. Now, all different decks, by the way, and all different authors except for the first two. And it's there. It is. Not, again, I was getting, remember, vivid colors. Maybe you literally have seen a rainbow recently. But this says, energize yourself with the weather. Enjoy the warm sunshine, the wind in the trees, the cleansing rain, or the clarity after a snowstorm. This will increase your aliveness. So adding color, experiencing nature, those are some ways to help you cleanse and clear, get the clarity and feel the vitality coming back. What else do we have for you? I'm getting someone going to like a health food store too. And yeah, so anyway, yeah, okay. So we also have remember your gifts, focus on your blessings rather than dwelling on adversity. Pause and give thanks for your gifts, such as your sensitivity, intuition, health, friendships, and family. Hmm. I'm getting a name, Lyman. Oh, wow. All right. So you have tap into your spiritual power. Yeah, all these cards were saying that too. And then you also have take baby steps. Now, interestingly enough, you have another nest with eggs in it. Some of you, this is a time, a very fertile time. I'll show you these cards together. So for tap into your spiritual power, you have reach out to a power greater than yourself to help solve a dilemma. Stay open to its guidance in your life. And then you have take baby steps. Go slowly, like the patient turtle. Do not try to rush or force anything. Baby steps are golden. This will lead you to your fondest goals. Now, I just want to remind you, you have this golden egg in the nest, and then you have this card, completely different creators and decks, and you have a golden egg here, and then you have eggs with the mention of golden. So I feel as though for some of you, there really is this sort of like golden egg moment where you're going to be this. I'm going to tell you, and I don't get this often, and I wouldn't joke about it. I feel like for some of you, it really is like a lottery or a windfall. So, I mean, I don't encourage any. I can't. I'm not going to. Anyway, I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to say, oh, you should be doing that. But just you do you. You do what you want. But I can tell you, this seems like you're winning something. This seems like very fortunate. There's something here very fortunate for some of you. Wow. Are you even getting on like a game show, or are you winning a prize somehow like with that? I'm getting that. And that's not something I would generally get. So I love that. I also want to get a few numbers cards too before we move on to our angel messages. And I do want to get some money messages too, since now we're focusing on, yeah, okay. But we were talking about getting tickets maybe. So here are some numbers. 22, sign of balance. You're turning your dreams into reality. So 22 and 4, 5, 6, 7. So continuous numbers there. And 4, 5, 6, 7 is a sign to stay true to yourself, stand firm as things change around you. What else do we have? I hear the name Leslie, and then I'm getting the name Knapp, like Knapp. And it doesn't have to be connected, but who knows, maybe. And then you have, I'm hearing Whitney. Have some Whitney Houston fans out there. Anyway, 1818, sign of great things to come. You're motivated to achieve more out of life. I'm also getting right now intuitively a little dog. I can't remember. What is that? It's like a, they have them in a teacup version, but they're little, and they have like the long hair. They're really cute. Well, anyway, I'm getting a small dog that also has sort of the long hair, in that's like could be in spirit. So I am getting that like a hello for somebody from their little dog there. Oh, I can't remember what the name of the dog is, what kind of dog. You also have 44, sign of encouragement. Keep going as your hard work will pay off. I'm getting a random message right now too about someone washing their vehicles. So any of the things I say that are random, it's just spirit's way of coming through and kind of like saying, like almost pointing you out and being like, yep, I'm talking to you. Or this mess, if you were like, I wonder if that, I just saw the lights blink too. That's so cool. But if you're not sure if a message is for you, or if that's your confirmation, or something I say could resonate, and then like you're not like, I don't know if that's really me. And then I say your name, like Irene, and then you're like, okay, that's definitely for me, or that's definitely my aunt, Carmela or something. So anyway, let's see what else you have coming in. Oh, I actually want to get those, the money cards for you. Let's get the Fortune Oracle deck. This is just same author as Fortune Cookies, but it's the Fortune Oracle. So Sharina Starr. I'm hearing rain. I'm actually hearing rain. So, and I'm getting aspen. Hearing aspen. Luck. Luck here coming in. This is amazing. As I said, it could be a very lucky time for you. Maybe you want to take the chance. I don't know. But it says you're right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. Absolutely. Yeah, there's could be some sort of major winning for some of you. What else? And it doesn't have to be money. This can also be any form of abundance. I always say, like, I hit the lottery or the jackpot when it came to my animals, my pets. I just feel like I really, I might not be rich with money, but I am definitely, when it comes to certain things in my life, I feel incredibly fortunate, like I won, So we have the Sun card and Dragonfly. Ooh. So open your heart to the enormous growth ahead, card 30. So this was card 19, and then the Sun in tarot is number 19. So 19 could be a number for you too. And so you have luck, and then you have Sun card, or open your heart, yes, growth ahead. And then you have Dragonfly card 8, have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. Some of you, you're manifesting your abundance because you are so tapped in, tuned in, and rising up here. What else do we have? This whole reading, and I haven't been getting it right. There's a name like Paritha. There's something like that. I may not be hearing this correctly, but that's why I haven't said it. But the whole reading, I've been getting a name that it has like PR. There's an A, like maybe Paritha or Pelamar. There's there is a name that I'm not used to hearing, and so I just want to. And I just clearly heard Akbar too, which may not be related. Okay, so what else do we have? Going to new heights here, soaring to new heights. I'm hearing. Okay, you're climbing some of you literally climb. Maybe you're rock climbers or something. Okay, you have snake card here. So we are in the year of the snake. It's a 9. So this is about shedding. Your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. And then it says, but be careful. So we just want to be careful of our surroundings. Okay, we want to make sure we're aware of our surroundings and who's in our field, and make sure you're doing things like clearing and cleansing. And as a matter of fact, I can, after we get, there's one more card here I want to get for you before I move on to things like clearing and cleansing. So see what we have here. Use the money and job oracle here. What do you have coming in for some of you? What do we have to look forward to? So I guess this is kind of like a predictions reading too. Now, whoa, way too many cards there. Some of you may have way too many options. I just heard some people laugh like, yeah, I wish. Anyway, okay. You have responsibilities. Yeah, okay. So some of you have so many responsibilities. You might feel like you're losing track of stuff here. All right, responsibilities. We're hiring, job search. I do feel there could be like a number of job opportunities all of a sudden, and you're like, I don't really know which, like, I don't know if I want any of these. So kind of getting that energy there. And you have overtime. Some of you, it's too demanding, whatever you have going on right now, just up till all hours even. We're getting overspending here. Yeah, there's just this, I feel a lot of you, it's like you're overspending your energy too. It's not just, money. It's like, okay. And then you have growth here. Oh, the little one here. So I do, you do have babies in these cards, a lot of them, a lot of the cards, I should say, not a lot of babies, but there are some in here. So it is worth mentioning. It could be fertility. Let's go ahead and look at, some ways maybe that let's just use the Spirit Oracle deck by the Celtic Sprue. Let's see, what do we have? What are some, I'm using different cards today than I normally do on purpose. I mean, some of them are. Black Aura. So yeah, you could be feeling the negativity. You could be feeling burnt out, exhausted. All right. So what do we have though? What do we do? What can we do about this? I'm getting a name, Washburn. And then you have meditation and root chakra. Okay, so really get grounded, secure, stable. Make sure you're meeting your basic needs here with this root chakra. Okay. And then you have meditation, spirit connection, centering, peace. You know, how can you get in tune um, with your higher self? What kind of meditation works for you? There's meditation throughout this reading. So I don't know if you just finished or if you've been wanting to do that, looking for new ways, maybe even walking can be meditative and definitely therapeutic. All right, and then you have take a break. So some of you just flat out, you need to take a break. You need to press pause and not overwork so much. And maybe you can get some clarity and some answers that way. And then you have share your gifts. Your gifts are meant for others. They're not just meant for you. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, let's see. I'd like to get some animal oracle cards for you too. And today I think we'll use the Animal Healing cards by Britta Bowman. These are really good ones. Get a few of these. Oh, all right. Oh. You have Wolverine. Oh, again, root chakra. So it is really some of you just really needing to get grounded. You have integration here. You are on an important journey of healing and discovery. Don't rush the process. Fully take in the magic of each moment. Card 12. So you may resonate with the animal, with the colors on the card, with the number. Could be any or all. What else do we have for Libra? If you're enjoying this video, do please like the video and subscribe, leave a comment, share the video. All that engagement does help. Thank you. And consider membership. I am open to memberships as well. Lioness, card 13. So you just had card 12 and now you have 13. So you have sacral chakra here, and that's the color associated is orange. That's the one right above root chakra. So it's your second chakra, and that is, your fertility, creation. So we have attraction on this card. Embrace your divine feminine magnetism. The more open you are to receiving, the more effortlessly your heart's desires come to you. Okay. And what else do we have? Lioness, Wolverine. You have snake there. You had some eggs, some bird eggs. I'm hearing Delmore. All right. What do we have? Badger. Card 24, feeling nature. So solar plexus. So you're working your way right up the chakras. Now we're on chakra 3, solar plexus. Reconnect with nature, reconnect with yourself. What are you truly feeling deep inside? Feeling opens the doors to healing. Interesting. Feeling opens the doors to healing. Yeah. Badger, card 24. What else do we have? You may want to roll your windows up or close your windows too, in case it rains. You also have, you have 2 cards that came out. Seahorse, solution, card 8, root chakra again. A brilliant answer to your questions closer than you think. Don't make things too complicated. Allow life to be easy. Wow. And then you have card 47, vulture, DNA doorway. Now, vultures generally have to do with rebirth, resurrection, transformation. So you have crown chakra, vulture. The magic you seek is already within you. Listen to the wisdom of your body and allow your full potential to come to life. Very nice. And if you're curious what fell on the floor, 2 cards kind of flew onto the floor when I dropped the animal cards, and it's ground and abundance. Oh my gosh, look at this. Sorry, I yelled in the mic, but you have another rainbow. So this is very interesting. All of these rainbows, yeah, maybe again, the advice, maybe add a little fun into your life, add a little color into your life, and let's get another. I just want to end the reading with fortune card here for you. Create a clear plan. So your final bit of advice here is you cannot reach your destination without knowing where you're headed. Having clear goals provides you with a roadmap that will help you stay focused and make better use of your time. There it is. And that is what I have for you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And you know how to show support.